Miro is the village elder in Fakîr'an in the Afrîn region of Syria and a member of the local council. Miro's father is buried in the village and says that's why he will never leave his ancestral home.
This is our land. My family has lived in this village for 400 years. Why would we leave now? Who should we leave it to? Our land is our dignity and our honor. The person who leaves their land doesn't have any dignity.
There are 19 Yazidi villages in Afrîn, and around 200 Yazidis still live in the area. But Miro says the PKK terror group is the reason many have fled since 2013.
We've been forced to leave our homes multiple times. The first time was in 2013. We were living in Aleppo because there was work and we needed to live. But we fled from Aleppo and came back to our villages. But when we returned, the PKK terror group began forcing our young men to fight with them. To avoid being forcefully recruited, they started to flee towards Europe. Our young men are mostly in Europe and Turkey now. Some are even in Iraq. Now there's mostly elderly men and women living here.
Following Daesh's massacre and kidnapping of thousands of Yazidis on Mount Sinjar in northern Iraq in 2014, the PKK terror group unilaterally took on responsibility for the Yazidi community. But that is exactly why many are too scared to return home to Afrîn.
Until today, the PKK tried to scare Yazidis by saying that the Muslims will kill you. And after the massacre in Sinjar, people were especially scared. Until now, people aren't willing to return, but we urge people to come back to their homes and live their lives.
The members of this community are part of an ancient religion, and they've been here in northern Syria for hundreds of years. They say that after Operation Olive Branch, they're able to freely practice their religion and implement their cultural practices without any interference. 80-year-old Halil Kolo is the senior religious leader of Yazidis in Afrîn. He doesn't read or write and has inherited the Yazidis' religious doctrine through word of mouth from other religious leaders.
There was a spiritual guide who used to live here. He used to do magical spells with fire and was known for his miracles. After he died, we built this temple for him, and it's been here ever since. We feel safer now with the presence of Turkish forces in the area.
The PKK is notorious for manipulating religious minorities as a pretext for gaining international legitimacy. But those who've been negatively affected by the terror group's actions and rhetoric are still hopeful that the next generation has a bright future in Afrîn. Obaideh Hito, TRT World, Fakîr'an, Syria.